All right. Well, welcome everybody. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here today. What an amazing turnout. My name is Patty Yu. I am a certified holistic health coach. I've been working with people to help them to heal their gut and immune system essentially for the last 8 years. And almost 4 years ago now, it wasn't the first time cannabinoids came into my life, but it was a particular company that has actually helped to bring me together with all of these amazing women that are on today. And these incredible products. So the company is called PrimeMyBody, and we have some amazing hemp cannabinoid products that are very different than what you normally will find on the market. We'll talk about these products through our actual experiences. I wanted to bring more than just one or two people on so that you can actually hear what people have experienced both on a personal level but also on a professional level, because this is one of the most exciting industries, one of the only industries like this where we have gone from illegal to essential. And by going from illegal to essential, we have a very empty market. It's a virgin market is a term for it, the business term for it, because you have an industry that used to be pretty much zero except for maybe these little pockets of the medical world of cannabis. And now hemp is legal. And for me personally, I had a extreme health journey that put me on this path of holistic health. I went through an extreme health crisis back in 2012 to 2013. So this was not my first time using any cannabis or CBD cannabinoid products. However, it was the first time that it worked for me. And so through today's stories with some incredible people, we're going to explain what's possible when you can actually get these products into your body, into your blood, into your cells very rapidly. We're going to be talking with some practitioners who work with both holistic health. An incredible mentor and chiropractor, Dr. Erin Pollinger, is a guest today. Certified cannabis nurse, who I'm going to introduce in just a moment to tell her story. Two polarity therapist, healers and yoga teachers, and also another yoga teacher, healer, somebody who's worked with plants, plant allies, plant medicines. And we're all going to tell you our own experience of working with this particular sacred plant that's coming back to humanity. And the first person that I want to introduce is Miss Nicole Dizadji, who is a RN of, I think, 17 years, I believe. And she's kind of seen it all in that job as a nurse. And then she had her own story, which she's going to tell in just a moment, but she's now also a certified cannabis nurse. So I'd love to pass it over to you, Nicole, to tell us your story really quick, because your story is so, so inspiring.
Well, thank you so much. And it's an honor, especially from my first mentor really in this space, Ms. Patty Yu. I almost get a little bit emotional because I'm not the same person I was almost 2.5 years ago. Gosh, I'm getting a little bit emotional, actually. I wasn't expecting that. So when I met Patty, well, my name is Nicole Dizadji. She said I have been a nurse for 17 years. I've worked in both pediatric ICU and pretty intense settings at some of the best hospitals in the country. I was a travel nurse for a while and settled here in Phoenix, Arizona, where I live now with my family, my husband and 2 kids. I'm currently a working nurse, a part-time nurse. And now that I've discovered cannabis and the incredible, incredible ability these products in this company had on my mental health, my physical health, I'm a renewed person now, really looking to transition out of Western medicine, to be honest with you, into a more holistic route. And that really, Patty really got me inspired to study about the endocannabinoid system, because basically when I first tried this product, the proverbial ping pong ball that was going on inside my brain constantly really started to slow down. And I was able to connect the dots, right? I was able to be a little more productive. This is obviously, we cannot, treat, heal, diagnose, prevent, cure anything. But with the help of my doctor, I told my doctor what I was doing. I recently became an accredited cannabis nurse, which has been a super exciting journey to take, kind of bringing it all full circle. This company's really changed my life, not just the products, but the community. And I am so, so, so blessed to be here, because I know, because of this company and the people in it, I'm literally where I'm at today. I'm a renewed person. I'm off all these meds. I feel better than ever. And now I'm creating a business too, to serve others in the same way. So it's just been incredible couple of years. So thank you everyone for being here today. I really appreciate this. And thank you, Patty.
Thank you so much, Nicole.
Mm-hmm.
I really
Yeah.
appreciate you sharing your experience and your journey. And again, we're not allowed to make any medical
Mm-hmm.
claims. We're not here to diagnose, treat, heal, or cure any medical conditions. If you decide you're interested in trying any of these products, you would talk to whoever invited you, however you found this call today. And you would work with your doctor, right? If you are under the care of your doctor and you have any conditions. So I really want to just stress that people here are going to be sharing their own personal experiences and what they choose to do with the results that they're getting, the help that they're getting. So I actually wanted to pass the mic now and introduce Dr. Erin Pollinger, who is an incredible leader in this company. She is a life coach. She is a chiropractor. From the very beginning, when I saw her in this company, I was like, wow, I want to be like her. And she has gone on to become a 7-figure earner in this industry as a first timer in network marketing. And that was another thing that I really saw and modeled after you too, Dr. Erin, is just your ability to hold on, like to hold that unlimited belief in what's possible, and you really embody it. So I'd love to have you pop on and share a little bit about why are people having these kinds of results? You're a chiropractor, you're a practitioner, you work with a lot of people with their health and their bodies. Can you tell us a little bit about the endocannabinoid system and what you've seen and why this is helping people so much?
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Patty, for organizing this. And for those of you who are on this that don't know this amazing woman that is Patty Yu, she's a double diamond, right, in our company. Shows up so fiercely, lovingly, powerfully every day for the amazing team that she's building. And I just really honor and respect you in such a big way, Patty. So thank you for bringing me on here and organizing these amazing women to speak. Nicole, I have not heard your story. So for me to come on here and see you and your bright beaming eyes so full of life, and just hearing that, it's like, this is what we get to do, right? We get to build teams of people who get to have these life-changing results for themselves, for their families, as practitioners, for the people that we so love and take care of. And me as a chiropractor for 20 years now, I actually just closed my practice at the beginning of this year because I'm full-time Prime, but 20 years doing chiropractic, it's such a part of who I am and how I serve. And bringing these products into my practice for the past 3 years has been extraordinary. I really, really believe that hemp is the missing key to health and wellness. And people just don't know about it. We're not educated about it. The endocannabinoid system that you asked me to speak about, I didn't know we had one until I became part of PrimeMyBody. I'm a chiropractor, so I thought the nervous system, which is the brain, spinal cord, all the nerves that go to every organ, cell, muscle, tissue, I thought that was the master control system. No idea that the endocannabinoid system is actually the overarching master control system. Controls the nervous system, the endocrine system, the digestive system, the immune system. And it's really the key because it brings the body into balance. It brings the body into homeostasis. We have all of these receptors for cannabinoids all over our body, in our peripheral organs, our brain, our spinal cord, they're everywhere in our body. Women have the highest concentration of these receptors in their uterus, which I find absolutely fascinating. So we're supposed to be making these cannabinoids from inside of our own bodies, endogenous cannabinoids, endocannabinoids, but we're so stressed. We're so in the state of fight or flight survival mode. We're so toxic. We have never been more toxic as people on a planet as we are right now. With every breath, we're ingesting all of these toxins. And of course, now with what's going on with the state of the world, most people are just in extreme fight or flight. And so because of this, we're not making the endocannabinoids. So we have to supplement. We've got to supplement with hemp, which is just a food. It's the most important food that anybody could be ingesting right now because it's packed full of phytocannabinoids, cannabinoids from plants. And you take the hemp and it goes into the body and the blood and the endocannabinoid system feeding it and nourishing it so that the whole body can work better. Literally 25 to 35 seconds of taking hemp, we go from fight or flight survival where we can't make good decisions. We can't be in a state of physical wellness, emotional wellness, mental wellness. So 35 seconds, we go into rest, relax, repair, where our brain actually shifts and changes. Our company's the only one that's doing the high level medical research, spearheaded by Dr. Cheng Ron, our chief medical advisor, of any company in the space of hemp. We've got the research to show how this changes the brain. And when your brain changes, your life changes. Again, so much more than physical well-being, emotional well-being, mental well-being, and even spiritual well-being. It's all connected. So, I could talk for days about our products or what's in them, or if you want me to go more into anything else, but the endocannabinoid system, it must be fed. If you want to be really your best and functioning optimally, you got to supplement with hemp. So
Thank you so much. Yeah, and I'm definitely going to bring you back on to talk a little bit more in a little bit. But as you were speaking, you said a few things that actually made me just think back to how poor my own health was and how big of a mystery it was. And the fact that this is a master system that we have lost connection with for almost 3 generations. So that means we're 3 generations deficient. And deficiencies are when the body starts to break down, the mind, emotional bodies start to break down because they're all connected. So what I'd love to do now is to move on to Miss Sarah Strable, who is in Greensboro, North Carolina. And, even with what Dr. Erin does, chiropractic, a lot of these practices, holistic health practices, help the body to get into the parasympathetic nervous system. And that's something else this endocannabinoid system and what hemp extracts and plant-based phytocannabinoids do when they plug into all of those receptors, right, that we just heard Dr. Erin explain are in your body. Another type of practice that helps bring you into parasympathetic is also various types of energy healing work and even yoga practices, meditation. And Sarah here, actually, this is really special because we've actually known each other since we were 11 years old. And with this company, we've really been able to reconnect. And over these last couple of years now, we've gotten even closer. And it's just such a this business is so wonderful in that way of creating real amazing connections, friendships. All of these women who are on today, I don't know what I would do without all of you and this company right now, because we are so kind of isolated right now. And this has created a really solid community that I'm seeing everybody's faces and hearing their voices on a regular basis. But before I'm going to keep babbling, I'm going to pass it to Sarah. Let's make sure she's on. I know she was having a little bit of connectivity challenge.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. So Sarah, tell us a little bit about your personal experience with the products. And I also know that your dad has had some really powerful experiences and your hair looks awesome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I feel so privileged to be here with these incredible powerhouse, heart-centered women. I am a polarity therapy practitioner and a yoga instructor. And really what sent me on this holistic health journey of my own was that when I was 17, I was diagnosed with Epstein-Barr virus, and I was very, very sick. And just like the seniors in high school last year that didn't get to experience their last several months of school, that was the same for me because I was too sick to attend school. I had to have a homebound teacher. For 2 weeks, I was sleeping 22 hours a day. So I was very, very sick, and found out later that while my body was trying to deal with that, I was living in mold and mildew. So lots of issues. I started having migraines in second grade, which in my 30s then developed into sinus issues. So some people, when they try our products, like the first time they try them, they can immediately feel a shift and notice a big difference in discomfort levels or ability to focus or ability to ground and calm. For me, I think because my health issues are so old and deeply ingrained, it took me about 6 or 7 weeks of using the products every day. And after learning about the endocannabinoid system that Dr. Erin described, I just knew that this was going to be a key to really accelerating my healing journey. And so it has been a slow process, but it's really, really made a huge difference for me. And then, like Patty said, getting to share this with other people. Some of the Shauna, one of my friends that I've made through this business, she's on today, and I just remember getting a text from the first day that she used our products, and I was just in tears because I know what she's part of what she's gone through and what a huge difference it was making in her life. And so that's just such a blessing to be able to see that. And in my dad, his whole family has high cholesterol, and again, no healing claims, no, we don't diagnose, treat, cure any disease. But 10 years ago, he decided to get off of pharmaceuticals because of the side effects that he was experiencing, the cholesterol meds. And he just said, you know what, if I'm going to die sooner, I'll die sooner. I'd rather do that than have these side effects. So we tried multiple different natural solutions and nothing really helped very much. But after being on our hemp extract for just a few months, he went in for his yearly physical. And because of that endocannabinoid system being nourished, which helps our body to bring things back into balance and really helps our body be able to heal itself the way it was designed to do, if you give it the right tools and the right nutrition. And because of that, his cholesterol levels were down, way down. His PSA count was way down. And again, I got a text from my mom that day, call me ASAP. And I thought something was wrong. And I called her and she said, you won't believe your dad's results from his physical. And she said that was the only thing he changed. So it's just such a blessing to be involved in something so positive and solution oriented, and especially in today's world with all we have going on. So thank you for letting me share that.
Yeah, thank you so much. And, this is such a testament to how it supports your system on a holistic level, right? Because already we're hearing different kinds of stories, but everybody's having improvements in their health and their ability to sometimes make new decisions that they hadn't been able to make in their health journey before, or to have the relief, right? To have the actual physical relief, or even to have the actual mental, emotional relief of the kinds of challenges we can have there too, that can be connected to the endocannabinoid system. There really isn't a system in your body and your being that the endocannabinoid system doesn't have a hand in, and especially your immune system. So if you start looking at your health as function, right? How well is your system functioning? Most of us are just, unfortunately, caught in a trap of living in a state of poor functioning because we don't have the nutrients that help to unlock these little, or turn the keys in our system. They turn these little keys. That's what those receptors really are. It's like those cannabinoids, phytocannabinoids go in there and they unlock this function so that all this function can return to your system. So thank you so much, Sarah, for sharing that. And next, we're gonna move on to Miss Maria Mata, who is also in Greensboro, North Carolina. She is also a practitioner of polarity therapy and a yoga teacher, and just a wonderful, bright, beautiful light that I've had the joy of getting to connect with a lot more, especially recently, although I met her last year. But Maria, would you come on and share a little bit about your story as well? Because I think this is really valuable, again, to show what it does on an immune level and on a gut and digestion level. Maria, go ahead and take it away.
Yes, thank you, Patty. Thank you, everybody, for being here. This is such an amazing group of women and community. You know, I mean, that's one of the things that I am loving so much about this this product, this company, is that it truly is, especially in a time like now when, you know, we're being separated in so many ways, that PrimeMyBody is giving an opportunity to create community. But my story is, Patty, you already told it, essentially, the turning of the keys. So I don't know if I can expound on it much. That's what I feel like happened for me. You know, I was feeling fine, mentally, emotionally, physically. I didn't think there was anything at all wrong with me. I know that I have a history of digestion, not me, but so much as it runs in my family. I have a paternal grandmother who died of colon cancer. So there's a lot of digestive issues that run in my family. I don't subscribe to that you inherit anything other than energetic patterns. And so I've chosen a lifestyle of changing those energetic patterns that I don't have those issues. However, I was diagnosed at one time with malabsorption. So even though I eat well, even though I exercise, I know that my body, for some reason, was not taking on the nutrients that I was putting into my body. So, you know, I don't know if you've seen the pattern here, but we're all servers, we're all healers. And one of the things that I wanted to do to serve was give blood. And I went 4 different times and attempted over, you know, a year's time, and attempted to give blood, and my hemoglobin levels were not high enough. So didn't really think anything about it, didn't associate it. But, you know, when Sarah brought me in to PrimeMyBody and I started taking the product a little over a year ago, I think end of March last year, the next time I went to give blood, my hemoglobin levels were off the charts. And I had done absolutely nothing different other than started taking, at the time, Recept, but now Focus. And that was the only thing that I had changed. And so I've been giving blood every 8 weeks since then, thanks to PrimeMyBody.
Isn't that amazing? She's been giving blood every 8 weeks since how long ago? Over a year ago.
Yes, since in April. It took a couple weeks for it to kick in, but yeah, my hemoglobin levels have been up, way up, since I started taking.
Maria, that's incredible.
I know, isn't that awesome?
Yes,
It is
incredible.
so amazing. And again, it's the function, right? You're improving the body's natural functions that they're there, they're waiting for the right stuff to be able to engage. And this is so big on an immune system level because, you know, as a gut health coach, our immune system, our gut is our immune system. It's like more than 80% of your immune system is your gut, right? And that your gut is what's protecting your body from outside invaders, right? Because your gut tube is really still a tube that is the outside world going all the way down, right? And out. So when your gut isn't working properly, you're much more vulnerable to things too. You're much more vulnerable to things like bacteria and viruses and parasites and pathogens. And your immune system, when your immune system isn't functioning, it's not fighting those things as well. And it's supposed to be functioning, and we're actually fighting those things all the time. That's a robust immune system. So, you know, Maria's story is really a testament to how this helps support the gut function, digestive function, which it is a big piece of the endocannabinoid system, really affects rest, digest, and repair. Okay, rest, digest, and repair, and recovery, and calming the nervous system, right? Moving into parasympathetic and calming the nervous system and out of stress. So one more speaker, and then we're going to kind of go around like a panel too, to kind of talk about the experience being involved with the company and the products and being able to offer this on a professional level as well. But first, I want to pass it to Miss Claudia Esquivel. She is in Mexico, actually, and I had the amazing honor and joy to go to Mexico and spend time and connect with Claudia and go to the incredible incentive trip also that the company gave us. Claudia, tell us a little bit, one, about your personal experience as well. I know it's also gut related. And then I'm gonna ask you a little bit too about your experience with the business as well.
Okay, awesome. My little helper is bringing me my earphones like right on time, so just
Perfect.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, thank you so much, Patty, for inviting me. It's so good to be here. It's always like such an interesting change also to have the opportunity to talk about this with people outside of Mexico. It's even almost like a brain flip, sharing my story in English instead of Spanish, but I'm really, really happy to be here. Taking focus really was life-changing for me, and Patty mentioned a little bit about that. I've had serious intestinal digestive problems for about 10 years now, which really means that I would go through these times of like, you know, constipation, and then I'd go through times where like my body would just like detox, and I would often wake up with a lot of pain and a lot of inflammation in my intestines. Which seems like maybe not such a big deal to people that don't live with digestive issues, but definitely talking about like 10 years of my life like this. And then in 2017, I got appendicitis, and actually my appendix burst. And unfortunately, the first doctor that I went to told me that it was something else. So they sent me home. So I stayed home like a few days, like in a critical condition. And by the time that I had gone back to the doctor, it was like emergency. They were like, we're gonna have to operate like right now. And when they do that surgery, they like literally had to take my intestines out of my body, clean them, and then put them back in. So those previous digestive issues got like way worse, because basically like my intestines like developed scar, like they have scar tissue. So that contracting is now worse because it's like thick, right? And then so like since 2017, all the digestive issues got way worse. Last year, 2019, I was in the emergency room like 3 different times because of these issues, mostly when I would travel, because I would eat something different than I would normally eat, and I would always end up there having to take medications. Like it was really just terrible. And I remember about a month before I met you, Patty, actually, I went to this amazing Chinese doctor who's like the doctor that can cure everything, you know? And I was like really excited. I'm like, oh my gosh, he's totally gonna help me. And it was really like a huge bummer, because he was like, honestly, it's like emotional, and it's also because of the surgery, and it's also because of this. And it was just like, he told me it's not gonna be that simple, because there's all these different elements, you know? So I was like, really just like, I'd gotten to the point where I was like, okay, I'm gonna live with these issues for the rest of my life. And when I started taking this extract, I had like they had mentioned as well, like no knowledge really of how important the endocannabinoid system was. So I was like, all right, it'll help me sleep. Maybe it'll take my stress away. Like it'll help my anxiety, but I never thought it was going to help my intestines. And the first thing that happened was I went through this insanely painful detox. I remember I was telling Patty about it. And I remember also that I didn't know you were supposed to start with a little amount. So I just read the bottle. It was like 1 to 2 milliliters. I was like, bam, cool, 2 milliliters a day for like the first 3 days. And I thought I was sick. I had all this diarrhea. I woke up like one morning with like at 3 a.m. with all this pain, but it was like cleaning me out. It was like cleaning out all this junk. And I remember like the 10th day, it's like my magic day. I woke up for the first time in I don't even know how many years without intestinal pain, like no inflammation, like no pain. And I was like, wow. And now it's been almost 10 months, almost 10 months that I've been taking it. So it's not like just a few weeks, like it's now almost 10 months that I haven't had these issues, that my digestion has gotten totally regular. I haven't I traveled. I remember we went, like you said, to Cancun, didn't end up in the emergency room. I'm not waking up with pain. So really, of course, on a personal level, that was amazing because I had lost hope in terms of that. But also what it did was just like completely open my eyes. And I was like, wow, like if these drops can do this for me in this, where I went to all these different doctors and I tried all these different things, like, wow, what else is possible? And it really was like the beginning of an amazing journey. Like these women have shared really amazing stories. And here in Mexico, we have story after story, and just realizing just how many things this system affects and how many people can be helped on so many different levels. So that's like my personal physical experience. But I just do want to say that, because I think this is the right people to share with, because there are all these women that I also don't talk about this much, but really getting to experience how feeding this system can allow you to reconnect to your body and to your intuition and to your emotions and to your spirit has been like this amazing plant journey. So it's so much more than just the physical. It's like these subtle layers of who we are as women, and having this plant help us like reconnect to that, I think is a huge blessing.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for bringing that aspect up as well, because there is a definite spiritual connection and aspect to working with this plant. There's a reason why this plant was taken away from us, y'all. Like, why do you think they took it away? Right? Like, why something so powerful that it has to be taken away for almost 100 years? It's because that system, our bodies, our nervous system is so powerful. We have so much more ability than we've ever been taught or told. We're energetic, and there's this endocannabinoid system helps to turn on all of this energy flow and communication in your body that may have been cut off, stagnant, because of whatever the reasons, either toxicity, injury, whatever it was, right? Illness. And it helps to reconnect you on all of these different levels, right? Physically, but also emotionally and then spiritually, because now you're feeling more integrated, more present. You're not carrying around all this baggage. And while I have you here, Claudia, you've had incredible success with your business. And I'd love for you to talk a little bit. I know let's see, it's about 2:38, so we're already getting to that point, but maybe just really quickly, on a professional level, what are you excited about in terms of sharing these products? And again, as a reminder, we're talking about products from a company that we're all involved with called PrimeMyBody. We have some incredible technology that gets it into your body, into your blood, really, really quickly through the oral delivery. The molecules are extremely small. It's very clean, pure, tested everything. We wanted to really share and feature these stories. So if you want more details on the products, talk to that person that you found out about this call through, and they will connect you with the information about the details of every single product that we have. But back to Claudia, can you just tell us a really quick summary, like 1 minute, about your experience? How has this changed your life on a professional level?
Yeah, of course. I just remember our first conversation. I was like, oh, all right, I'll try it. I don't know, but I'll give it a go. And I never thought everything that has happened was going to happen. I saw the vision. I saw the potential. I saw your story. I knew what was possible, but I never imagined what it was, right? So I can just say, like, straight up, this has changed my life. When this came to me, I didn't even know how I was going to pay next month's rent. I didn't have any idea. I was really just like, I decided to stop doing the work that I had been doing, and 2 days later, Jonah Kai wrote me and was like, hey. And I decided to try it, and I had never had experience in sales. I had never had experience actually, like, more professionally having my own business. I had a business as an artist, but I was never really successful with that in terms of business. And I discovered that I received all the tools that I needed, all the support that I needed to, and was shown literally the steps, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, this is literally what you're going to do. And I was just like, okay, I'll try it. And it was really, really easy because we are talking about life-changing products. And I immediately, from the first month, was able to live from this. And I haven't had to worry about how I'm going to pay my rent, like, literally since that conversation that we had. And for the first time in my life, I really am experiencing a level of freedom that I honestly didn't think I was going to have. The freedom to say, all right, I want to take that yoga certification. All right, I want to pay for that massage. All right, like, I'm going to put my daughter in that course and feel okay with that. So quite honestly, I say this on all, like, in all the presentations that I give, that I am equally and quite honestly, if not more, excited to share the business opportunity as the products, because it's not a thought. It's not a like, oh, it could maybe, I have faith that it'll change your life. It's like, I know this can change your life. Like, I know that if you just do the steps, that, like, anybody, you know, single mother, single father, 20-year-old, 70-year-old, has experience, doesn't have experience, like, anybody has that opportunity. So it's such a blessing to experience it, and it's even more of a blessing to get to share it and to support other people to create change in their own life with it. Yeah.
So beautiful. And just so you know, Claudia has achieved the rank of Emerald, right? You have achieved Emerald in the company, and she's been in for 10 months. It's incredible. And this is during a pandemic crisis, global crisis, where millions of people are losing their jobs and losing their income. And yet, you know, and Claudia's success is also a mirror of what, a dozen or so people in your team who are also making full-time or more income in your area.
Yeah.
And life-changing income, supporting their families in Mexico during a global pandemic. And we had a call with one of our mentors and upline, Dr. Scott, and he kind of reminded us, you know, global pandemics affect other countries even more than in the United States. And so it's just such an incredible thing to see, you know, what's happening in our company, how this can support people on this level, and where you can create something pretty limitlessly. You don't have a ceiling really with this business model. And so I'd love to kind of pass it over to the other ladies to chime in as well. You know, in terms of on a professional level, what made you decide to jump into this industry? Whoever wants to hop in first.
I can share.
Okay.
Well, for me, I had just gone through a breakup. I had some space in my life open up, and I had been calling in abundance. I've been a musician my whole adult life, and in the healing arts, teaching yoga, none of those things are really big money makers. And so that was never my motivation. But I was like Claudia, I was like, I'm really tired of scraping by. I'm really tired of not being able to afford to go on a vacation and not knowing where the next thing will come from. And I will not diverge from my purpose. My purpose is to help people step into the freedom of their divine, beautiful, limitless selves. But I know there must be something that will bring abundance that I can still do that. And so within 3 days, I was presented with 4 different hemp companies, opportunities. So I was like, maybe this is a sign. So I'm a researcher. I looked at every single ingredient and every product that those companies had. I looked at their leadership and the background of their leadership, because I didn't want to align with a company whose leader just was jumping on the hemp bandwagon, And our CEO has a background in organic farming and got into the plant-based wellness because of his child being really, really sick. And so this purpose is in his heart and soul, and he cares, and he has really high standards. So that was huge for me. So, and then as time has gone by, I've been here almost 2 years now, I just fall more and more in love with everything, with the products, the standards, mainly the integrity, and this servant's heart-centered community that from the top down, it's just consistent. And that's the kind of people that this company attracts. And I love that. It feels so good to be a part of that. So I could say so many things, but that's what I want to share.
Thank you. Nicole, Erin, or Maria, do you want to add anything to that about what made you decide to jump in with this in terms of, on a professional level, sharing this with others?
Yeah, I would love to add to that just quickly. I know we've gone a little long here, and I appreciate everyone's time. As a nurse, and I love how we touched on, I think Maria touched on, and several others touched on the mental leading to the physical well-being, right? And just really the emotional coming full circle, emotional and spiritual. But being a nurse, I see in Western medicine what we're doing is, I had this awakening, right? When everything lifted and I felt better, I was able to kind of see, I love being a nurse. I love taking care of people, but we are not serving people in the right way anymore in Western medicine. Okay. It's a little bit of a, it's good for some things, but for other things, we're just starting to learn about the endocannabinoid system. And it's fascinating because I hear more and more doctors talking about it at the hospital and accepting it and understanding it in their private practices and things of that nature. And it's very exciting because when you go through, a journey, a health journey, and then you see yourself get to the other side of that, it really just brought about this new light in me. Like, people need to be on this endocannabinoid system is our most vital system. And people need to be aware of this. So I talk about it all the time at the hospital. I can't tell you how many people I've educated on this, and just understanding that this master system really is what balances us. And just really, it just pulls it all together, brings our body into balance. And the quality of this company, the product matters. We are light years away from anyone else in what we're doing and how clean our product is. Not many people can say they're doing what we're doing with the intracellular absorption, as Patty said, crossing the blood-brain barrier, just the small size of the molecule, and the cleanness and quality of our product is second to none. So it's the best.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Erin or Maria, any last things to add to the pot in terms of choosing this as to add in with your practice on a professional level, sharing it with other people?
Yeah, I'll chime in. And I just feel so fed and nourished by this conversation and by hearing all of your stories, Maria and Sarah, Nicole, and Claudia, remembering was it my first trip to Mexico that I spoke in Mexico City, and Claudia came up to me right after and introduced herself, and I was like, watch out, Mexico. I was like, this woman is gonna is going to absolutely just do so incredibly well. And she's a young single mama, and she's just hearing you speak, Claudia, and really seeing you thrive physically and financially as a young single mother is just, it touches me so much, because I was a single mother for a long time. And I know there's a lot of single mothers, single fathers in our company. And to be able to share something that, like all the other women have mentioned, is such high quality. Our products, we have no competition. I mean, we are so far beyond the other products in the space of hemp. So to be able to share these products that help people so much with their health and wellness, but then, you know, like Claudia said, it's just as important that we talk about this business piece, because people right now during this pandemic are asking the questions of, how am I going to feed my family? How am I going to take care of my community? How am I going to take care of myself, right? There's a lot of angst around this question. And, you know, for me, turning 40, I was thriving as a chiropractor, but I didn't have a whole lot extra. I hadn't, earned the money yet to send my beautiful daughter to college. As a single mom, that was a really big desire of mine. And she was a sophomore in high school when I started PrimeMyBody. And so because of my success in this company, I wrote the check and sent my girl to college. And I said, babe, wherever you want to go, I'm here to support you in that. And that, to me, as a single mother, felt so good. And that's what we're doing, is we're inspiring other people to really reclaim their right relationship with money so that they can thrive, because money is just energy. That's all that it is. I just did a coaching Zoom on this a couple hours ago for the team. And the business portion is so extraordinary. Network marketing, it is the most brilliant business model that I know of. I'd never done it before I entered PrimeMyBody, but I know that I prayed for freedom. I prayed for freedom on a physical level, freedom on a financial level, mental and emotional. And now, you know, I'm really living that life of extraordinary freedom. So network marketing, it's just about building community. It's about lifting each other up. It's about being a team. It's about greater service, greater contribution, taking your power back, and really deciding that you're going to change your life. That's what we do. We take a stand for each other. In this company, we call each other out, we love each other up, and we work together as a we, because there's too much I right now in the world. People are doing everything alone, and they feel lost and not resourced and not energized. And to me, this company straight up is energy. The products are energy, hemp is energy, money is energy, community is energy, and that's what we all need more of. So I'm just giving so much thanks for all of you who have spoken, for you, Patty, for this company, for Paul Rogers, and for all of you who have taken time out of your day to kind of check us out today.
Thank you. Wow, Erin. I mean, I just love hearing you speak. Every time you share, you're such an incredible, loving guide and leader, and you lead by example and passion and just so much heart and feminine fierceness and power. And yeah, I so agree with you. I feel like this hemp plant really represents abundance on every level, abundance of health, and therefore it can represent this abundance of wealth. And it's also going to help solve so many other problems on the planet too, as this industry grows, right? Hemp can help replace plastics and building materials and oil, gas, like it can replace so many things that are not sustainable as a much more sustainable alternative. So those are all additional reasons that I love our mission, because the more hemp penetrates the market, the more it's going to solve so many problems. This is the wave of the future happening right here. And everybody here, you know, you're early adopters. There's still so many people in the world who have no idea yet about the endocannabinoid system. They have no idea that there is this therapeutic compound in the hemp plant that doesn't get you high, that actually has all these incredible benefits in the body. And again, I do have to make the comment, we cannot diagnose, treat, heal, cure anything. And the body, when it becomes balanced, it can begin to repair things, and therefore we can start to see certain nuisances and things start to disappear. And that is your own body's ability to repair itself by being nourished with all of these nutrients that are coming from the hemp extracts. And
let's make the income disclaimer too, just
oh yeah,
because.
and as because we are independent affiliates of PrimeMyBody, and we can't make any income claims as well. It is a business. You do want to treat it like a business. Nothing just happens without any forward action. So, but what I can tell you is that this company and the products that we have are so impactful and have such potency to them that you can see dramatic results. And therefore, and because of the market being so open and this being some of the hottest, most demanded products on the market, you will find people who want to try this if you go out there and just start sharing your story and start talking about it. But number one, I would highly recommend, if you haven't tried this yet, try it. Talk to that person who invited you to this call. However you found this call today, reach out to that person who shared the flyer with you, and they can get the information about our specific products, both for the internal immune system aspect. My cat is starting to sing. And there's amazing topical products too for the skin, anti-aging, for muscle relief. So we have such amazing stuff. Everything is really, really good. And it makes me so proud to be a part of this company, because I can get behind everything so fully, so fully, with no hesitation or doubt about what it can do. So I'm gonna thank you everybody so much for being here. Really appreciate all of you who stayed all the way to the end, and I look forward to connecting with those of you who may have more questions.
Thank you, Pat.